Hello, fifth graders. Today is work in your classroom day for math. You will be completing lesson 3.4 in your homerooms. I want you to make sure that you're being respectful of the people around you and staying on task while working on your Chromebook. We're going to start by correcting the ACE from yesterday. So go ahead and open your notebook. You can always pause the video if you need to, if I'm going too quickly, or if you want to just stop and wait at each thing. So number 9, it wanted you to draw the pictures of the pouches and coins. So 3 pouches equals 12 coins. You can use X's and O's or any other delineation. Doesn't have to be fancy drawings. Then you were to solve how many, so each pouch would have 4, so X equals 4. B, 2 coins, pouches, and 5 coins equals 19 coins, so there are 7 coins in each pouch. C, there are 4 pouches and 5 coins on one side, 2 pouches and 19 on the other, so you would eliminate and get X equals 7. D, you have 1 pouch and 12 coins on one side, 2 pouches and 6 coins on the other, and you end up with each pouch equals 6 coins. And the last one, you should have 3 pouches and 12 coins on one side and 18 coins on the other for X equals 2, 2 coins in each pouch. Number 10, write an equation that would be Y equals 5 plus 50 cents X, or 0.5X. X is the number of math questions, Y is the total amount of money, 5 is the birthday money, and 50 cents is each question right. Use the equation to find the number of answers he needs to get a $25 shirt. Here they show the work. He needs 40 questions to get his $25 shirt. You can use other methods, but this is probably the fastest and most accurate method. Gilberto answered all 12 problems correctly. He would make $11. So they show you the method here, and you can do different ways. But again, this way is going to be the most efficient. Number 11, find your mystery number. It is 21. You might have written an equation, 3x plus 15 equals 78, and then solved from there. B, the mystery number is 22. The equation would be 5x minus 27 equals 83. And then make up clues for a riddle whose mystery number is 9. There's obviously a variety of answers for that. Number 12, A, x equals negative 3, B, x equals negative 10, C, x equals negative 34, D, x equals 10. 13 is multiple choice. The answer is C. 14, A, x equals 5, B, x equals 25 over 3. You may have simplified that. That's fine. C, x equals negative 25 over 3. D, x equals negative 5. E, x equals 5. 15, always, sometimes, or never. 15A, always equal. That's just using the distributive property. B, never equal. C, sometimes equal, only if x is 0. D, never equal. E, never equal. And F, always equal. And it shows you a little bit over here if you want explanation about why they are or are not equal. 16, find the matches. A, for group 1, A and H are the same. They both equal 2. B and F are the same. They both equal 6. C and G are the same. They both equal negative 2. D and K both equal negative 6. And E and J both equal 2.5. 42, about this equation here for the cricket chirping. 42A, at 60 degrees, there would be 80 chirps. B, there would be 77.5 degrees Fahrenheit. C, that would be when the number of chirps is 0, so 40 degrees. Sketch a graph. What information does the y-intercept give you, and the coefficient, the y-intercept is the temperature when the number of chirps is 0, and the coefficient means the constant rate of change of the chirping, right? The ratio of change in temperature to the change in chirps. And here is the graph that they've sketched. All right, we're moving on to lesson 3.4, so put that in your table of contents. The date is March 27th. We're talking more about solving linear equations and strategies for solving linear equations. There is a video in today's lesson. It's called Multiple Examples of Constructing Linear Equations in Slope-Intercept Form. I would suggest watching it, especially if you're still having a lot of questions on the topic. It is a Khan Academy video, and it looks like it's 14 minutes long. So, or 15 minutes long. So you can watch for as long as you want, and then when you feel confident, or you can know that it's there if you need it later. Moving on. So we're talking about the properties of equalities. To maintain the equality of two expressions, you can add, subtract, multiply, or divide each side of the equation by the same number. This is called the properties of equality. So if you want to keep that in your, put that in your vocabulary book, you can look up the definition in the back, or you can use the information here to come up with your own definition. It basically means that you're doing the same thing to each side of the equation, right? In the last problem, we applied the properties of equality in numbers to find a solution to equation. So far in this investigation, all of the situations have involved positive whole numbers. Does it make sense to think about negative numbers in a coin situation? I guess you could think about that like if you're owing someone coins. Does it make sense to think about fractions in a coin situation? Well, I guess that would depend on whether or not you could break the coin into smaller coin denominations. So strategies we have for solving an equation like this: we can plot the points, we can choose points and make a graph, we can take 10 away from each side and then divide by -2. You can make a table. There's lots of different ways you can guess and check. But again, we're working towards having that systematic way of doing it. I'm going to go through here and just do one more time an example of this one here. So if I were solving -2x plus 10 equals 15, and using my properties of equality, which says I can do anything to the left as long as I do it to the right, or vice versa, I want to move this 10. I want to get x by itself, so I'm going to move this 10 to the right side. By doing that, I have to subtract 10 to get rid of it on this side. Using properties of equality, I have to subtract 10 on the other side. Over here, I'm left with -2x, because positive 10 minus 10 is 0. Equals 15 minus 10, which is 5. Now I have -2x equals 5. I want to get just one x alone, so I have to divide, because this is -2 times x. To undo it, I would divide. Property of equality says I have to do it to the other side. So I have -2 divided by 2. That's 1. So now I have 1x, or just x, equals 5 over -2, which can be the same as -5 over 2. Or you could simplify it and say -2 and a half. That is x. Okay, so you ended up with x equals -2.5. You can plug that back in and see if the equation then, in the end, makes 15 equals 15. So today in your work, you need to record each step you take. So that's showing your work like I just did. Taking away the number, basically you can think of those as coins, and then the pouches are the x. You can, I know logically it doesn't make sense to have half a pouch or negative coins sometimes, but just use it as an idea for you. Here, do not forget in C, 3, A, B, and C, you'll need to distribute. So this one becomes 3x plus 3 because you're distributing that 3. B is giving you an example of somebody's work, and you want to know for each one, right? For each one, is it correct? And if not, what did they do wrong? C, describe strategies used for solving linear equations. When might you use one over the other? So when is one easier than the other? If you have a couple different strategies. So that is the classwork for today. You should be able to complete that, and depending on how efficient you are, you might be able to start on your homework. I have eliminated some of the problems from the checklist, so please make note that your homework is 17 through 29, and that will be due on the Monday after spring break. So I hope you're able to complete the work, and if you need extra help, make sure to check out that video. It will give you more examples of how to solve linear equations. Have a great day.